On Gearhead Glam, we're revealing the secret weapons of the used car world. The underdogs, the overlooked beasts, the rides no one's talking about, but definitely should be. Now I know you've got questions. Which models are we talking about? How cheap can they really be, and why have they stayed under the radar? Buckle up, let's find out. When a car doesn't become popular, it might seem like it isn't worth buying. But sometimes the market simply gets it wrong. That's exactly what happened with the Honda Crosstour. It was introduced as a bold alternative to both sedans and SUVs, but it never quite fit into either category. That confusion led to weak sales, and before long, Honda stopped making the model. But here's the truth. Just because it was ignored when new, doesn't mean it was a bad car. In fact, it's one of the smartest used car purchases you can make today. One of the most surprising things about the Crosstour is how luxurious it feels inside. While it was based on the Honda Accord, it was sold as a more upscale option, and that's clear when you sit in it. Many models came with premium features like leather seats, heated front seats, built-in navigation, and a high-quality sound system. Where the Honda Crosstour really shines is in how it drives. Buyers could choose a standard 4-cylinder engine or an optional 6-cylinder engine that gave much more power. Fuel economy was good for a vehicle of this size. The 4-cylinder offered a nice balance of power and fuel savings, great for everyday use. If there was one thing that held the Crosstour back, it was its looks. The sloping rear gave it a unique shape, but many people didn't know how to classify it. The Honda Crosstour is also known for being reliable. Honda has a great reputation for building long-lasting cars, and this one is no different. One thing to think about before buying a Crosstour is the cargo space. While it's larger than a normal sedan, it doesn't match a full SUV's space. Another thing to check when buying a used Crosstour is the electronic features. Some owners have mentioned small electrical problems like with the starter or the infotainment screen. Since this car was never very popular, finding a good used one might take some patience. Unlike cars like the Civic or Camry that have many listings, the Crosstour is more of a niche car. For someone who needs a practical car but doesn't want to drive what everyone else is driving, the Honda Crosstour is a hidden gem. It offers the smooth ride of a sedan, the cargo flexibility of a hatchback, and the optional power of all-wheel drive. All because the Crosstour wasn't a big seller, it might take some time and effort to find a good one. Unlike popular cars like the Civic or Camry, which are everywhere in the used market, the Crosstour is harder to find. But if you take the time to look, it's worth it. You can usually find well-kept Crosstours for $3,000 to $8,000 depending on the year, miles, and condition. That's a fantastic deal for a car that offers Honda's famous reliability, a comfortable ride, and unique practicality. So, what do you think? Would you consider the Honda Crosstour, or do you already own one? Let us know in the comments, and if you want more underrated car recommendations, stay tuned for the next one on our list. While the Honda Accord and Toyota Camry lead the mid-size sedan market, the Mazda 6 quietly beats them in both driving feel and design. It's the kind of sedan for people who love to drive, offering sharp steering, a well-balanced chassis, and an interior that feels more like a luxury European car than an affordable Japanese one. Yet, despite all these strengths, it remains one of the most overlooked cars in the used car world. If you're looking for a car that brings sportiness, style, and value together, the Mazda 6 is a perfect fit. And because it lost value faster than its rivals, you can now get one for a shockingly low price. There's a clear reason why the Mazda 6 was never as popular as the Accord or Camry. It was never marketed as just a regular family sedan. Mazda presented it as a more premium and exciting option, but most mid-size car buyers focus on reputation, resale value, and practicality more than how fun a car is to drive. That helped the Accord and Camry, but it kept the Mazda 6 from reaching the same mainstream success. Another reason is brand perception. People often think of Mazda as being a step below Honda and Toyota when it comes to reliability and resale, even though Mazda consistently makes well-built, long-lasting cars. Because of this, used Mazda 6 cars lose value faster, making them a great option for buyers who want more car for less money. If you want a mid-size sedan that drives like a sports car but costs the same as a used economy car, this is the deal you've been waiting for. Most mid-size sedans are built more for comfort than handling, but the Mazda 6 is different. It follows Mazda's driving-first philosophy, focusing on responsiveness, balance, and precision. The steering is tight, the suspension is tuned for agility, and the car stays steady in corners in a way that very few competitors can match. Many car reviewers have compared the Mazda 6's driving feel to luxury brands like BMW and Audi. The chassis is perfectly balanced, it responds quickly to driver input, and the ride remains smooth even at higher speeds. This is not just another sedan, it's a car that makes every drive more fun. The Mazda 6 has two engine choices, so different drivers can get what they want. The standard engine is a 2.5-liter four-cylinder that makes 187 horsepower and 186 pound-feet of torque. This setup gives smooth power, great fuel economy, and a refined driving feel. And the price? Because the Mazda 6 has depreciated faster than its competitors, it's now one of the best deals on the used car market. Depending on the trim, mileage, and condition, you can find a well-kept 2018 Mazda 6 for between $11,000 and $20,000. To put that in context, a similar Honda Accord or Toyota Camry from the same year often costs thousands more. And if you compare it to a European luxury sedan with the same driving fun, the savings are huge. This is one of the most overlooked cars in the used market, and that's exactly why it's such an amazing deal. It doesn't have the smooth curves of a modern crossover or the tough look of an off-road SUV, but this boxy, rugged vehicle was built with one goal: maximum versatility. While many buyers passed on its unusual look, people who understand its unique strengths now see it as one of the most practical and tough vehicles ever made. If you're looking for a car that's ready for adventure, road trips, or daily driving, the Honda Element is a hidden gem waiting to be found. One of the most unique things about the Honda Element is its rear-hinged back doors, which open up the cabin completely. This makes it easy to load large items, whether it's bikes, camping gear, or even a full mattress. The back seats can fold up against the sides or be removed altogether, turning it into a huge open space, more like a cargo van than an SUV. Another cool feature is the washable interior. Most cars need careful cleaning to look nice, but the Element was built for people who aren't afraid to get dirty. Under the hood, the Element uses a 2.4-liter four-cylinder engine. It's not meant to be fast, but it focuses on long life and efficiency, two things that make it a favorite for people who care about reliability. Even with all this practicality and reliability, the Honda Element didn't sell well. Its boxy look and rugged inside seemed too basic for the average buyer, so sales were lower than other Honda models. This lack of popularity is what makes it such a great deal today. While prices for used SUVs have gone up, the Element stays affordable. Depending on the year and condition, used Elements usually sell for between $5,000 and $12,000, making them one of the best bargains in the used car market. Most people think all-wheel drive sedans are expensive, but that's not always true. The Subaru Legacy from 2012 is a perfect example of a hidden bargain that offers all-weather capability, reliability, and a comfortable ride, all at a surprisingly low price. While most used car buyers go straight for popular choices like the Toyota Camry or Honda Accord, this mid-size sedan has quietly built a solid reputation among those who know its real value. Why is it so cheap today? It's simple. The car market has focused on SUVs for years, pushing sedans like the Legacy aside. That shift caused prices to drop fast, making the Legacy one of the best deals for anyone wanting all-wheel drive on a budget. What really makes this car stand out is Subaru's famous symmetrical all-wheel drive, which comes standard on all trims. Unlike most mid-size sedans that only offer front-wheel drive, this system gives you better traction and control in any weather. Under the hood, the 2012 Legacy has a 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine. This horizontally opposed design, also called a boxer engine, helps lower the car's center of gravity, which improves stability and handling compared to regular engines. It makes 170 horsepower, giving a good mix of power and fuel savings, great for both city driving and highway trips. With regular care, this engine often lasts over 200,000 miles, which is part of Subaru's strong reputation for long-lasting cars. Even with these strengths, the Subaru Legacy never became as popular as its rivals. As more people moved to crossovers and SUVs, sedans like the Legacy were forgotten, but that's good news if you're on a budget. Because sedans don't hold their value like SUVs do, the Legacy has become a steal. You can now find well-maintained models for $6,000 to $12,000 depending on mileage and condition. That's a great price for an all-wheel drive car that's reliable, comfortable, and ready for any weather. Now before we wrap this up, there are some cars that didn't make it into the main list, but they absolutely deserve a mention. The 2013 Mazda 3 is one of the best driving compact cars that most people don't even notice. While economy cars are usually all about being cheap, this one is actually fun to drive. With precise steering and a tuned suspension, it handles better than many more expensive cars. It also gets great fuel economy, around 39 miles per gallon on the highway, making it a top choice for anyone who wants affordable fun. If you want luxury without the big price, the 2011 Lexus ES is a hidden gem. It's known for a smooth, quiet ride, and it delivers the kind of comfort you'd expect from a much more expensive brand. Inside, it's spacious and high quality, with plush seats and great sound insulation. Plus, since it's built by Toyota, it offers long-term reliability with lower maintenance costs than many other luxury vehicles. Next is the 2009 Acura TSX, a car that mixes sportiness and value. It's got a balanced chassis, quick handling, and a refined interior with high-end features. While other cars in its class focus more on comfort, the TSX gives you an engaging drive and the dependability you expect from Acura. It's often overlooked, but it's a great choice if you want a fun, well-equipped car without spending too much. And then there's the 2014 Ford Flex. It might look like a giant toaster, but don't let that fool you. This boxy crossover is one of the most spacious and practical vehicles on the used market. It blends the best parts of an SUV and a minivan, making it great for families or road trips. Inside you get 3 rows of seating for up to 7 people, and tons of cargo space when the seats are folded down. Under the hood, you can get either a 3.5-liter V6 with 287 horsepower, or a twin-turbo V6 with 365 horsepower. It even has all-wheel drive available, making it solid in tough weather. Prices usually run from $7,000 to $16,000 depending on condition, making it one of the best values for anyone who needs space, comfort, and a unique look. So, which of these cars would you drive? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown of hidden gems in the car world, make sure to stick with us here at Gearhead Glam, where we bring you the real stories, smart deals, and everything you need to drive something different without breaking the bank. See you in the next video.